So guys, this is that is very important part of your directions must be in appropriate manner if you are going to develop a good health safety cultures at your workplace. Next, we will discuss about the characteristics of directions. Means your proper manners of directions must be e do must be given to the workers, given to the your junior staff, because of that is very important part of your direction. If you have incorrect directions, then work and impact on your project, impact on your junior staff, and impact on your occupational health safety cultures at your workplace. So how to directions given and what is the good directions? So there are some techniques we will discuss about with about you about the technique. So first is that it is a managerial function. If you are going to any directions to the toward the workers and other things, then must be managerial directions and function. It ensures that maximum contributions of individuals directions. Each and every person must be individual. Suppose that you are going to directions, managers, your boss is directions to do that work. So that must be circulated and communicated to the individual persons, and how to put your criteria. You can directing your mass toolbox talk, you can direction safety meetings toolbox talk, but directions must be communicated to the entire junior level with the workers. So you can find out group of peoples assembles during the toolbox talk, during the mass toolbox talk. So we can find out, we can communicate to the proper directions if you have any receipt from the managing director. Suppose that we are going to making a safety accidents alert in our organizations, that alert must be communicated to the all people who are working in your project. Because of if you are not sharing in, then communications you are communications lapses, so that is very difficulties to improvements and communications as to the workers. So that is also is a very important. So next is it is provided stability. Stable directions must be stability which are needs. Stability means something enthusiastic. If you are going to directions, so don't any small means we can say the enthusiastic which are required, which are very valuable to the directions to the peoples. It is help achievements. If you are going to good direction, suppose that if you have a plan objective, your EHS objective and targets, then that is must be communicated to the person. So that is we have implementation in yearly basis target, so that must be improvements with coordinations of all those people who are working in the project. Next, importance of directions. What is the importance of directions? If you are going to direction, then means of direction. Why importance of direction? Because of initial action. You can say first initial. If you are directing the any, then initial actions must be addressed by the all people who are involved. Coordinations the group effort. Coordinations direction means coordination with the group effort. We can suppose that group of employee, group of workers, group of contractors. So that is also importance. And so that maximum individual effort help to achieve objectives, and next provided stability and reduce the reconstance put with the changes age. So means that reduce the your you can say error, if you have discussed in group, discuss and proper directions. If you have keep in mind something wrong, then directions will be some your support coordinators. That is your mistake. You can do that way. So that is also very important and improvements in your personal factors. and your organizations. Next, principles of directions. Principles of directions. So how to principles of directions means maximum individual contribution each and every persons, and effective communications and effective control, and unit of directions and commands efficiency, direction supervisions and follow throughout comprehensive, and feedback informations, and harmony of objective. That all are principles of directions if you are going to deliver and to others people. Next we will discuss element of directions. What is the elements of directions? There are four elements. First is supervision, second is leadership and communication and motivation. Supervision is very important. If you are without supervision, we cannot you cannot directing to anyone. Because of supervision is very important, then you can observe and find out, then proper guidance to the down level staff. Next is leadership. Leadership also is very important part of direction, because if you have not leadership, then you cannot able to proper direction. Because if you first make a discipline, you are leadership, and what are the requirement, what are the directions must be in appropriate manners. Suppose that you are consuming gutka pan, and then you cannot directing the people, so you can don't eat the gutka pan tamaku. You are drinking the alcohol, so then you cannot out advise to others person. So that is a factor, that is a example for you. If you are going to directing to anyone, then you must be first implement, and first you should understood the discipline whatever the directing to the peoples. Communication system also is very important. So if you are you know that and some communication systems are also part of incident in accidents. Because of that is very important to communications. If you have observed the near miss accident, if you have observed the first aid cases, must be communicated to the people, because of they are investigating that how to happen that type of accident. If you are not communicating, then communication to the your project members, so that cannot find out, and how can possible to action on the root cause. Next is motivations. Time to time motivations must be done, because of lot of effort by the workers and others people. So motivation is also a part of improvements. If you have motivate to the people, so then your effort, you are going to his effort to appreciate it, so that can and persons will be increase in your mistakes and increase your productivity, and good work maybe do the good work. Because of appreciations, motivations, reward and certification, that is also a good positive things to improvement good health safety cultures. Next we will discuss about function of supervisor. What is the function of supervisor? Supervisor must be able to read the hazards, R's SOP, work permit, that all are understood, would then they can an improvement at your workplace. Must be work must be completed as per the plan, as per the scheduled. Whatever the risk assessment are there, the must be implemented on workplace. Next, achieve the goal. Whatever the achievements, whatever the goal you have find out, then you must be achieved. And motivate to the workers, liaising between the management and motivations. Introduce the work methods, daily basis innovative some idea, innovative to improvement. What are the method is very important, so you must be learn on regular basis. Supervisor technique we will discuss. If you have a deployment, the supervisor must be experience and reflections and analysis plan action to do the safely. So that is a part of directing, how to directing your project. That is very important topic we have discussed. So thanks guys.